Gentlemen, here we are. Markets are starting to turn green. Are they going to continue? We're going to talk about that. Make sure you guys take a second out, smash that thumbs up, leave your comments. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and tick that notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos. What's up, guys? So we're going to be getting into the charts. Obviously, we need 100 likes for us to start going into the either stocks or crypto of your choice. But I got some things I want to talk about. First of all, let's take a look at the poll here. We only had 13 votes. Will China actually raise U.S. tariffs to 125% in April? I think it's April 8th to be exact, but I'm curious to see what you guys have to say. Do you think they're actually going to do it? Do you think they're going to come to a conclusion before then, or some kind of agreement or something? Or I don't know. You guys know how I feel about the news, but I'm just curious as to what you guys think of this right now. Also, I'm just going to ask, think about doing another giveaway on the channel. If you guys watch my BITUNIX giveaway, where all you had to do was comment on the video, and then I picked had the random comment picker pick a random comment, and that was the winner. They won $500. If you guys would like to see more of that, let me know in the chat what kind of stuff you think, what kind of giveaway would you like to see. Obviously, it's not going to be $1 million, but in reality, what kind of giveaway would you guys like to see? And I'll try to get something going. Also, huge announcement for those of you that trade on MEXC, and even if you don't, you may want to get an account set up. And within the next week or two, we're working on a trading competition. It's going to have cash prizes. So definitely keep your ears and eyes open for that. And don't forget, you can still take advantage of the 100% deposit bonus right now on MEXC. Links down below. There's also a tutorial video to kind of show you how the platform works along with it. But whatever you deposit, if you're using my link, they'll match it up to $10,000, 100%. So don't pass that up if you're a trader. If you're not a trader, obviously it's no big deal. The other thing about that is you need to be signed up under my link. If you're not, you have to get signed up under my link. If you're new and sign up under my link, it'll automatically be there. If you've already been using Prime under my link, just go to the promo code section and put in Savvy100, and it will kick it in for you. Donna said trading competition, cash prize, please. Yeah, I'm definitely working on that no matter what. But I was wondering what kind of give back to the community you guys would like to see. Maybe, okay, I don't know if you guys think that a small channel like mine gets rich off of YouTube. Well, it doesn't. I probably make anywhere from, right now it's low viewing. I mean, there are times you make 4,000 a month, 5,000 a month on YouTube, but right now I'm only making probably 500 to maybe 1,000 on YouTube per month right now. So if you got, maybe I give away half of that every month, but it'll be from a random video throughout the month in a random comment. So you have to comment on every video. That'll just help get some engagement going, maybe get some more views on the channel, would help me out and help you guys out. And that month, depending on how high, obviously, the payment is to YouTube, that's what you get. Maybe I'll do half, right? Every month. Just give away half of the YouTube profits, or the YouTube payment, right? What is this? Is somebody arguing? I see Jeff Noob say, also clean your ears. Smash the like button, guys. We got 53 viewers and only 17 likes. Okay. One other thing I wanted to ask you guys. Pay attention. This isn't about money or contests, right? This is about, so you hear all the things about bringing back manufacturing to the U.S. I'm curious to what you guys think, right? So I know a lot of people think that sounds great. That's the greatest thing ever. But on the same note, our wages are extremely high in the U.S. So that whatever we produce is going to be extremely expensive, right? So how do you think that's going to pan out? Either we would have to have this Great Depression thing, which I think could be happening. Wages will come way down, and then we'll be able to manufacture, right? I know that sounds horrible. That sounds like saying what people do isn't worth anything in factories, and that's not what I'm saying at all. But to be profitable and to actually be affordable, the wages have to be lower. And in most of the manufacturing jobs, other than, you know, the higher up they get, but it doesn't take a whole lot of skill, right? Like not a whole lot of work set. Even auto factory plants, right? They can bring them in, they can pay them $30 an hour and put them on a job, and within a couple days to a week, they're doing it all by themselves, right? There's not very much special training there. And I know a lot of people get upset about the automated stuff, but in reality, that's how manufacturing could become more profitable. That's my take. I'm curious to hear what your guys' take are. I could be 100% wrong. I do want to see what Bitcoin is doing right now, though. So let's take a look at our 4-hour chart. It's hanging out right there at the bottom of the triangle. I added another short. I'm going to show you guys. It's not doing good. But like I said, I'm going to be transparent. You'll see my wins, my losses. No matter what, we're still up well over $100,000 for the last month. Let's check it out. We are down 19,000 right now in this short trade. Woo! I'll probably add more if we go higher. I'm willing to keep cranking this one out because I do believe this thing is going to turn around hard. The only worrisome thing right now is it is the weekend. We can get some weird crap on the weekend. Some certain people can shoot out a post and make it blast off and then get cut out. So you might get a freaking $10,000 wick and then come crashing down. So that's the only thing that worries me on this trade. But honestly, if I didn't have it, I wouldn't, you know, be in the trade. I wouldn't risk it, right? I have a high risk appetite and I'm using it on this trade. So, oh, thank you, Donna, for reminding people for the thumbs up. So let's take a look at the Dow Jones. Where are we at with the Dow Jones right now? Remember we talked about this should be the resistance at about 40,600. If we break above that, we're looking at the 200 MA at about 42.1, 42.2, right in that range. Still looking for that as a possibility. I would ideally like to see the weekly. If I throw this in a weekly, let me show you. It could happen next week too, but I would like to see this weekly close and confirm below this 37.8. Now, for that to happen, obviously there's going to have to be some bad news because that's like a $2,000 drop from here. Could it happen? Absolutely. Is it going to? I don't know. Maybe. But either way, I mean, we can watch for next week because this did open below the trend line, right? It just hasn't closed below it. So this candle won't invalidate it because it hasn't opened and closed above. So next week's candle may be the same thing. We may open above it, close. So, but we'll be keeping track of this. Now, let's take a look at S&P. This should be S&P's resistance, right? Worst, well, I don't want to say worst. For the bulls, they want to get over this 5,400. If it gets above the 5,400, you could be looking between 56 and 58 up here where your MA and your EMAs are all lining up. Obviously, we'll see what happens there. Now, let's take a look at NASDAQ. NASDAQ, same thing. Right now, our resistance is about 16.6. If it can break above that and get support, let me get this off of here. We're still showing that hidden bearish divergence, right? We did have a pullback, but we'll see what happens. This could make an inverse head and shoulders with another push up and retest this 20 MA again. To be bullish, it has to be above 16,750, 16.8. If it gets above that, then I start looking for the 200 EMA about 18.4. Nevertheless, you know, we're still going to be down, so we'll see what happens. Oil, same thing. I do believe this is going to be our new resistance. I think oil could get as low as this 35, maybe even lower. And if you look back here, obviously, It's not a new position. It's not like it's never been there before. Definitely a possibility. Something to keep an eye out for. Could be some cheap gas anyways, right? We have 29 likes. Remember, if you're watching on your mobile, exit the chat for a minute, hit that thumbs up, and then you can get right back in the chat. You can't see it while you're in the chat there. And guys, if you're watching, feel free to say something. You don't have to count on everybody else to talk for you. If you got a question, ask it. If you got something you want to say it. Don't be afraid. All right, let's take a look. What's going on? What's up, Kells? Companies' margins are so high at the moment. No reason why companies cannot pay higher wages and keep prices the same or raise slightly. It's funny you say that. In the information you can see sounds all good and dandy, but it's really not. It's really not that simple. If you've ever owned a business or a corporation, for that matter, I do have a corporation, and it's a lot different than what you think, right? The way taxes work and everything else, people think that they don't pay taxes. They do pay taxes. They match the taxes about. So when they pay a person, right, whatever that corporation's paying that person, obviously they have to pay them that. And then whatever that person is paying, so whatever my employee's paying taxes, I have to match that also through the company. People don't talk about that because they don't understand that. They just want to press the fact that corporations don't, and I'm not no multi-billion-dollar corporation. They still do the same, but it's a lot of things like that people don't understand. If people want to whine and cry about it, don't whine and cry about it. Do it. Don't be lazy, right? If you're going to be lazy and whine about everybody else paying less taxes or finding loopholes and doing things, it's because you're not willing to do it, right? It's just, if you can't do it, don't bitch about other people doing it. Reduce shareholder profits, and well, the shareholder thing is another deal. So basically, remember way back when a CEO's job was to make a company run smooth and make it be a good company and keep its reputation up and look over the company as, just look over the whole company. Basically, in today's world, a CEO's job is to get people to buy its stock. That's what it is. It's horrible. It's horrible. So basically, to get a CEO job, you got to be with a company. You got to somehow have pumped their stock price, and then you can go to a bigger company, and they're expecting you to come in and pump their price. That's it. And that's partially the shareholders' fault, because that's all the shareholders want. They don't care about how good a company is or what it's doing. They want to see the share price go up. They want a person in that can talk people into continuing to buy their stock. That's what a CEO does anymore. The volume profile right here, it's the VRVP. Volume relative profile. I can't remember what it stands for, but that's it. I'm talking large companies, not small businesses. Same issues with CEOs and their bonus payouts and salary is 250 times the average wage worker. I understand that, but see, I hear that a lot. I hear, people that work at Jeep say that, but the people up at the top are getting $1 million bonuses, but if you spread that out through the workers, it's pennies, right? Literally pennies. It's big because you see it going to one person, but if you spread all that bonus out to all the employees, it's pennies a piece, literally pennies. Pennies an hour, right? You got to think big if you're going to think about that stuff. Don't think small. And that's what I right here. What did I just read where it said, I'm talking about large companies, not small businesses. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. A corporation, whether it be an S corp or a C corp, they're just taxed, but they still pay taxes. But the narrative is to make you think they're your enemy. Like the people that push that, right? The people that are pushing that, saying that the billionaires are your enemy and the corporations, that's all a narrative. Because if you look at it, their donators, the people donating, are the same people they're trying to get you to hate. All they're doing is trying to get you on their side. They love the billionaires. They love the corporations, because them corporations and those billionaires fund them, right? They love them. I don't care what anybody says. They love them, and they just want you to hate them because they want you to keep them in power. Because if you keep them in power, they can keep getting money from these people that they're getting you to hate. And they do that so you think they're little people on your side. They're not. Tell me if I'm wrong. And if I'm wrong, explain to me why. That's all I ask. I'm here I'll discuss it with you. I'm sharing my thoughts. I want to hear yours. Or do you guys not want to talk about this? You want to make sure you hit the likes. We're up to 42 likes. We need to get to 100 likes. If you guys want to look at the charts of your choice, we will take a look at Bitcoin. This is the Bitcoin daily with the target still down here. This is the 4-hour. And we're still just testing on the bottom of this triangle. What was this? Oh, Solana. So Solana has to break right here. And if it does, let's take a look at Solana real quick. I will do that. Let's make this a little smaller. So if we look at Solana here, let me move in. You guys know my target, right? It's 27 bucks, still 27 bucks, unless it can get above this rising channel, the bottom of the rising channel, which I highly doubt it, although it obviously it could. But the big picture obviously is down. But let's take a measured move of this. What would it be? So if it broke up here, it would try to get in the channel. So if it broke up here and it comes to retest this channel, it's most likely going to be over here. It's not going to be in one candle, right? So the 185 would be retesting the bottom of this channel. If that was to happen, and I don't trade altcoins, right? I don't buy them. I don't trade them. I do show them for the channel because it's a chart. You know, all charts work out the same for the most part. But if it was to get bullish and break out of this wedge, right? Currently, we got wiped out at the top one. So let's say it breaks 123. You know what? We need to be safe about that. It needs to break. Yeah, 123. I say if it breaks 123, we could be looking at this 185. But I don't think it'll be one candle up. I don't think you will see something like this come down. Something like that, maybe, if it happens, right? Otherwise, we just break down, come down further, you know, hit the bottom of the wedge, maybe 73. But like I said, any weird post today or anything could shoot the market one way or another, make a big wick, and then turn around and go in the opposite direction. So just be careful of that. And I know that sounds like it could go up, it could go down, but that's just how the markets are today. Unfortunately, the markets all are reacting like shitcoins to every post by certain people or every news event. It's just a bunch of wick money grabs, right? It's really crazy. Far away. What's up, Maria? Jeff Noob said, just think if we had a flat tax and a budget, then you don't need all the financial experts. Right. Flat tax will be the way to go. I'm for that. Let me know in the comments below. Hit 1 if you're for a flat tax across the board. Hit 2 if you think it's good the way it is. Just curious. And 3, obviously, if you don't think we should pay taxes. But I'm curious to see what you guys' thoughts are, especially those in the U.S., because I know taxes around the world are a lot different in different places. Yeah, it would be much easier. Like I said, I was in Argentina and it was like that. And it was pretty amazing. And I mean, it's harder to make money there, obviously. But I hate to say it, it's kind of like survival of the fittest, the whole world. If you understand how to make money, you're going to make money. So they always say, you know, you could take a millionaire, take away his millions, and he'll get right back to being a millionaire again. Unless he was a millionaire from winning the lottery or something, obviously that doesn't count. But if he worked his way up to being a millionaire, right, self-made, he'll be a millionaire again. He knows the process. His mindset is like that. 4 people replied, man, out of 70. So I noticed too, a lot of people are watching at different times, so they might have started watching 10 minutes ago, so they're 10 minutes behind. I get that. You know, Savvy, I am so disappointed the way they manipulate people here and in my country. Nothing changes. Right. You kind of have to try to learn how to play with them and quit trying to play against them, right? Kind of try to be not so much a step ahead. A step ahead would be great, but kind of looking at the big picture, seeing what's going on and trying to your best to figure out what's going on instead of trying to listen to the news. That can be scary. That can be totally throw you in the wrong direction. You have to learn how to think for yourself and try to figure it out. I watch less and less news. I hardly watch any news now, but I do watch financial channels just because I honestly think it's funny of how they work. And I've been talking about that. CNBC, SN or MSNBC, whatever, all those financial channels, right? They're paid shills, and they let people pay to be on their channel to shill. They let CEOs shill their companies. They let pharma shill their pills. They let YouTubers pay to go on there, right? And you always see, you ever watch where they'll be right in the middle of something, they cut them off, be like, oh, our time's out, blah, blah, blah. Because they paid for 1 minute and 19 seconds, they get 1 minute and 19 seconds. That's it. They'll cut them off. It's funny. Team Black Coffee, what's up, coordinate? Where's our Florida attorney, man? I haven't seen him in here for a while. 91 viewers, 50 likes. But in the end, you feel such an idiot. We need to trust people. It's hard. It's hard to trust people. I'm at work, lunch break, about to go back and work shortly. What's up, Derek? Good to see you, man. Adrian, good to see you. Donna, as always. Trend, Jeff Noob, Kells. That's why you pay the worker extra pennies. All right. Some people just don't get it. I get it, but same issue with CEOs and their business payouts, reduce shareholder profits, understood, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I think a lot of people, unfortunately, this world, like what the kids are taught in school today is different from what I was taught. So I'm not saying we weren't taught a certain way by the uppers, but they're teaching the new kids a lot different. Like I was taught to think out of the box, to figure stuff out on my own. Not to say I don't even know what I was trying to say. I'm just trying to say that people are taught different and taught a lot less nowadays than they used to be taught. If you follow the news in Africa, it can easily depress you. That's everywhere. That's everywhere. That's all it is. The news is just fear and sadness and just madness, right? It's very rare to see the local channels sometimes try to throw in a good story here and there, but there's not a lot of good stories in the news. They don't want everybody in a good mood, right? If everybody was in a good mood and got along, they would be able to talk and actually debate because they wouldn't be all crazy and nuts, and they don't want that. Nothing good or happy. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks. But I mean, we can change that. We can change it. I can try to quit being so negative on here, right? And we just have a group of happy people. I trade better when I'm in a good mood. I'll tell you that. I'm more patient. If you're not in a good mood when you're trading, it can turn on you real quick. I have learned that. Let's see where we're at here. We're still at about 16,000 loss on this trade. I did enter a small trade on BITUNIX right here. It's up $100. It was only like a $150 trade. Or actually, it was a $200 trade. We're up 50%. But I'm not so sure. Like I said, it is the weekend. Anything could happen here. Don't forget BITUNIX. They're having a trade contest. Right here it is if you want to see it. Here's the prizes. The first prize is Model 3. Tesla or 35,000. Second prize is Rolex or 12,000. Vision Pro or 4,000. Sony Alpha. All you have to do is sign up using my link down below. And if your trading volume gets up to these levels, that's what you can win. It's not hard to get a high trading volume, guys. It doesn't take long. It's the trading volume isn't the amount you traded, right? It's accounting your leverage and everything. They never tell the whole truth. Be positive. I mean, always be positive. It'll change you. Right. I know that, and I try. If any of you are familiar with The Secret, my wife got me into that when I was 13 years ago when I started getting sober, right, for the second time. But yeah, The Secret's huge. It's like kind of whatever you put out there, you bring back, and that's got a lot of truth to it. And I can tell when I get in my bad moods, and I'm not perfect. I can't stay happy all the time. I love to. Hell yeah, I'd love to, but I'm human. I let stuff get to me. Sure, as most of you guys probably understand that. Looks like we have viewers on X too, but I can't see how many. So actually, it looks like a lot more viewers on X right now. So I did stream live on X right now. I wish I could say, "Are you on X?" But I can't see it. So let's see something. Yeah, I can't see the X chat, but it says 281 viewers on X. So awesome! Thank you for tuning in. YouTube obviously stops me at, so maybe these little hearts and stuff floating here or there. Yeah, as the bear would say, yeah, he's not here, obviously. He's probably working hard. I used to work with him as a good buddy of mine. We used to golf a lot with, company outings, things like that, take customers out golfing. It was a fun job. I actually missed the job. I missed the fun part of it. Just the sales part and the relationships I had with my customers all over Indiana, Michigan, and Ohio. It was fun, but I don't miss the day-to-day crap. King Bear. So yeah, there's some more proof, I guess. So on X, we have over 200 viewers, and on YouTube, I have 72. Pretty strange. A reminder, we're going to be having a cash prize trading competition on Prime XBT. So make sure you get set up for it. And while you're doing that, if you get set up now, like I said, you get a huge bonus, 100% deposit bonus up to $10,000. They'll match you to use towards your margin by using my link below. And if you already have my link, remember you can go in the promo code section and put in Savvy100. But it has to be under my link or it will not work. So you guys know. They did that one special for me and my followers. So let's see where we're at here. We are 17,000 lost. Like I said, guys, I will let you know when I get out of this trade. I will let you know what I lost if I lose. I will let you know what I won if I won. And I'll keep you guys informed on what I do. 63 likes, 60 viewers. Wow. Should probably use the likes over on Twitter. I think that would be better. If you're following me on Twitter, or if you're watching this on Twitter, leave a comment like on my last tweet or something, just so I know, or on my last post on X. If you're watching me on X, that way I can kind of see how many watched on X. If you would do that, I would appreciate it. If you're watching me on X, make sure you follow me. That will also be appreciated. And yeah, we have the same wave count, Craig, finishing at the AY wave around 60. Oh, you're talking about this one? Finishing that A wave around 60, or you're talking about the bigger one right here? Right here. Right here. Right here. Right here. You're talking about this one here? Yeah, definitely it's possible. Like I said, it could end here, right? And you're saying about 60, so that would be somewhere in this area. and then get a B wave up, and then C wave down. Is that the one you're talking about? Yeah, the reason I'm looking at it like that there is because obviously I'm looking at this as one big cycle, right? One big bull cycle. You had a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 waves complete, looking for a correction to the downside. If that was to happen, looks like a head and shoulders, right? And that gets us down to that level. But again, we don't know that's going to happen for sure, but that's what I'm foreseeing unless something changes, right? Nothing's really changed yet to change my mind on that. How's the markets doing as a whole? Still in green. Typically, you guys that follow the markets know that Fridays usually they try to rally the market, especially at the last half hour of the day, unless something really bad is going on. But usually they really try to rally it on Fridays. Yeah. Has anybody heard of any new news coming out about any, I don't know. I know a lot of these channels and a lot of these influencers have a lot of, they say, inside information that things are coming. I hate when they do that, but I understand why they do it. They do it to get views, but whatever. I unfortunately for the views, I am an honest person. And I believe in it. You get what you put out. Look at BitBoy, right? All right. I think I'm going to call it. Doesn't look like a whole lot's going on. If something crazy happens with the markets, I'll be doing, I'll throw in an emergency live or something. But as of right now, it's kind of, looks like the market's just kind of waiting for somebody big to say something, right? I mean, it's pretty boring in all reality. But I'll keep you guys updated on this trade. Right now, we're currently almost 19,000 down. But like I said, you'll have total transparency on this channel. I will let you guys know what happens. Still looking at this. I'm curious to see where this closes on the weekly. Remember, it's looking a whole lot like this over here. Let me see some. Yeah. Looking a lot like this over here. This is looking like a big fractal of a finish. You can see the X's here. Those of you that haven't seen that before, right? Those are touches on the parabola. This trend line, the blue one on both sides, is just off of the first two major touches right here, or the second and third touch, I should say. But anyway, you can see what happened. And then our fourth touch was where we failed. We'll see what happens. It'll be really interesting to see where this week closes. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. SPY moving up. Oh, let's see. Yes, it is. Remember what area we're watching on SPYs is 5,400. It has to break above that before getting bullish, and then you can probably be bullish all the way to 56 to 58 range if it breaks to 54. But otherwise, look for a possible rejection at 54 and a smackdown, which will probably, either way, if it breaks the resistance, you'll probably see a good news post about something great to make the markets pump really fast and then turn around. Or it'll hit resistance and you'll get some bad news and it'll crush down. Right at them points, expect something to be said. Yeah, and let me know if something does happen. Make sure you tag me in a post or post to everyone in the Discord. Remember, there's a free Discord link down below if you're watching on YouTube. Discord link in my on my X profile if you are on X. Thanks a lot, guys. I hope you have an awesome weekend. Stay safe out there, and I'm gonna go paint. Take it easy, guys.